This week we get into Love Island winners Mimii and Josh's breakup.
The Nepo babies hit the runway at Paris Fashion Week with Kylie Jenner and Romeo Beckham.
Plus we get into the second week of Married at First Sight.
And why we think it is too toxic to even be shown on TV.
Hello, and welcome back to Poppin Podcast, a podcast where we tell you what's popping in the week with pop culture. I feel like I change that every week, but I like it.
What's up?
Yeah.
Wait, do you know who's... What's up, TikTok?
Who's that?
Casey from Love Island. He the one that was like on this. Oh, you didn't watch that series, no. The one with the winter one. And he's like friends with that Tom who won the All Stars with Molly. And he's like actually like one of the few. No, actually not. I find quite a lot of straight men funny, but he's one of the few like it's very rare that someone goes on Love Island who's a straight man and I find funny. Like the people who I'm supposed to find funny, like like Chris Taylor.
No one's supposed to.
And it's like I don't find that funny, but he's the Casey guy's really. He like starts every TikTok like, "What's up, TikTok?" And sticks his tongue out, and it's just like it's just dumb. Like that's like to me like just dumb humor. Like if I was like friends with a straight guy,
that's a very straight boy humor.
I would need them to just be like dumb and no brain cells like that. Like I couldn't be with friends with a guy who's like overthinks everything like. The Love... I don't want to actually name names, but the Love Island people who, like, do skits and stuff, like... Do you know who's actually really funny on TikTok as well from Love Island? Whitney and Lachlan, with the little skits
they are funny.
Like,
because they play into that whole...
And it's almost, like, so... Like, because it is cringe, like, and they're not great at acting, but it's what makes it funny.
Yeah, because they just look like they're going to laugh.
Spoof or a parody.
Because they just look like they're going to start laughing.
Yeah. He's hot.
Oh, he is, yeah.
He's really hot. And I feel like no one really, like, spoke about it on the show.
Enough.
Like, but I feel like maybe it's like Whitney's made him glow up. Because I feel like he wasn't that hot on the show. I would have noticed.
No, trust me. No, I feel like he was good looking.
He was, like, fine, but, like, everyone was mainly talking about, like, Tyreek and... Who else was on that series?
Yeah, but I feel like he wasn't mad relevant on the show because, like,
true.
I think people still had their doubts about those two staying together. Now they're, like, really, like, together. People were like, oh, okay.
I was about to say they're the only ones left from that series still together, but Molly and Zach moved in. But wait, okay, wait, first of all, okay, we've jumped in too quick to Love Island. We need to talk about the fact that you moved!
Oh, yeah, I have. I finally moved out, guys. So I do want to do an empty, flat podcast, but the echo in there is a bit mad.
Need some furnishing first.
Yeah, or just like a rug will do, So yeah, I am really excited. Where did you get that from? I just keep asking people where they got this stuff from.
Poof. I'll check at the end of the episode. Maybe I want to say made.com.
Oh, okay. It's very cute.
What do you have a certain like vibe? Like, are we going mid-century? Are we going?
So yeah, it's gonna be a bit of everything. I think like the lovely wood floors that I have and the fact that I can't paint it, it's gonna have to be like I can just take the mid-century out of the floor, But I do want some like nice mid-century, like a nice sideboard, like cabinet.
Oh, yeah, like a wooden sideboard.
Yeah, like a nice wooden one. And then any like chairs or anything, but. Yeah, I guess, is my sofa mid-century? I'm not too sure. I wouldn't say it's mid-century. I'd say it's more like Miami Dad vibes. It's going to be orange, velvet.
What was I going to say?
What is mid-century, like 50s?
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just
the middle
know,
of the century.
Yeah, it must be. But I just
century,
know,
100 years.
Yeah, but I just know what mid-century is from like people posting stuff and calling it mid-century. So that's how I know what the mid-century look is.
Like,
but I don't know what the. I'm assuming you're right.
Is.
Like it's the middle of the century, but
yeah.
I don't know. Have you been looking on Facebook Marketplace?
Yeah, I have. But like everything I find, so whenever I want to go buy some like a certain thing, I'll go and like check on Facebook Marketplace just to see if there's anything like nicer or like the same or similar. But then it's always like really far away.
Yeah, but you drive.
I do, but when I say far, I mean like far.
Yeah, but if you like Facebook Marketplace is a bit like like they once you start liking stuff,
exactly.
The algorithm is actually
so good. Yeah, it's been working, but I haven't I need to go into a hole.
Yeah. You need to spend like a few hours, but like a couple days, like scrolling. And
also, I'm still trying to get, because I feel like Facebook Marketplace is more for like
little bits.
Yeah, little other bits. So I'm still trying to see where I don't want to be, because I'm very I don't want my life to be how it's been, which is just clutter.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be very careful about like not over cluttering the space, but still having like nice bits. Like I want it to still be Isla-fied and like silly. Yeah. But like I'm trying not, because I will have like 4 of the same thing then. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, yeah. So do the sofa first.
Let me do the sofa,
rug,
yeah.
And
but then again, I know with Facebook Marketplace, like when it's there, you gotta buy it.
Yeah,
Otherwise
that's the only thing.
But yeah, last night I feel like I'm still high because last night I done an edible and like my life just turned into a movie. I was in Chinatown. Like it was very.
Oh, you were in Chinatown, like
yeah.
Like in your head, you were.
Oh no! In my head I was in Chinatown, but realistically I was like sitting there.
That's what I was. When you started speaking, you were like, I was in China. I was like, you were sat in, like it hit you so hard. You were sat in your bedroom reimagining yourself, but you were actually in the
China.
physical.
I was actually in Chinatown. And like it was just like amazing. Like I just honestly had the best night. And then like I was at like a rooftop bar like in Soho, listening to disco music. And like I was just thinking like, can life get any better than this right now? Do you know what I mean? And then like when everyone wanted to go was like the time to go. Getting an Uber was easy. Like, you know, when everything is just slick, seamless. Like,
and then you get into bed like smug and like, oh my life.
Oh, I didn't even make it to bed. I fell asleep on the sofa.
Oh,
watching Monsters like.
Oh, I need to watch that still.
So last week, me and Lewys are speaking about Monsters. And I hadn't watched it, but but Tom said that like it, but the episodes go like that.
Oh really?
Yeah, like because the episodes, it's just like I've got a completely different perspective now. Like watching it high, like the way that they've done it is actually fucking mad.
Yeah,
they've done a whole episode of one of the brothers just being interviewed by his defense attorney, and like that's just one 30-minute episode.
Oh, I saw that, and there's no cuts.
There's no cuts.
I saw someone tweet that or
that
TikTok
is. I didn't even wait. There's actually no cuts in it.
I mean, I've not watched it, but someone was like, whatever the actor's called, is the Cooper or something, is insane for this. 30 minutes, no cuts. Like this is genius.
It's mad. Like even like the comparison videos of the two of them, like when they're walking into like the courtroom and stuff like that, and the comparison videos of like the real thing and them, like the way that they've bodied like everything is so mental. It's done so well. It's just fucked. But like, do you know what it is as well? Is that it's more, they do obviously kind of like show some of like the fuck shit that goes on, not too much, but like with the deep fuck shit that they obviously can't show, they get so into your head with how the way that it's portrayed that it's even worse than probably seeing anything in a way. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah,
it's just like the eeriness and creepiness around like the topics that make the topics so much more fucked, because you're like, this is how this one thing has affected this person. So you could just watch it happen, or you could see how like the ripple effect of it happening, which is like cuts deeper and just makes you think, what the fuck? And then it's also obviously the story behind everything. It's just so well done. That's my opinion anyways.
Have you finished it?
No, not yet.
I've been seeing so many edits of that main guy.
Oh my gosh, he's so hot.
He keeps coming up on, like literally like every day I'm seeing the edits. And like his
that song and then baby.
And his girlfriend's on TikTok, because apparently he doesn't have any social media, but she's on TikTok and like she's like replying to comments being like, yeah, I've shown him, like,
really?
like he's seen the edits.
Apparently his girlfriend's really gorgeous.
I haven't seen her face.
Oh, okay.
So and the pause made it sound like I was going to disagree, but like I just haven't seen her face.
Yeah.
And then the other guy's gay. Like really like camp, like camp gay, like not in a bad way, obviously.
No.
I mean, it's me speaking. But like it's just.
But it does make sense though, because especially like when he's like talking about, there's one interview that he does and he's just talking about like the situation, how he doesn't agree that they should be in prison and stuff like that. He's so like intelligent and so just like, not that a straight man can't be intelligent, but like the way that he talks is just so much more like he understands a lot more, because if you watch it you'll just know, innit? But
I finally watched Secret Life of Mormon Wives.
Oh, have you finished it?
Yeah, it's only 8 episodes.
Oh, okay. Was it good?
This is how I described it, and it's just because when I watched it, it literally just got announced last night, I think, that it's been renewed for series 2. But I watched the first, like, it's only 8. It's so easy to binge in one day.
Okay.
Because it's so like also backgroundy. It's like a good watch. I wouldn't say it's like a must watch, but what I will say is it laid really good foundations for what could become an amazing like franchise.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, especially now it's been confirmed that a series 2 is coming, because all the girls are like, what the fuck, like on their they're all on their TikTok like doing Q&As being like, I can't believe like how I let that slide. If we get a series 2, like I am coming back with like I'm not being
What is it about though?
So it's just like it's sort of like a housewives thing. It's like about these women who are on Mom Talk, which is like basically these Mormon wives from Utah who have formed a group, and they're all social media influencers, and they're all mums, and they just like go through. But it's like there's drama because basically in 2022, I think one of the main characters on it, called Taylor, did like a TikTok live expose, because these people were famous before the show. Like they have millions of followers, and they were famous on TikTok. And like her and these 3 other couples, who all had like 1 million plus followers each. She made a live being like, we're all Mormon, but we're in a swingers club. Like we've all been swinging with each other. Like, and I've caught feelings for one of the other one's husbands. And she did this huge tell-all.
Yeah, because I feel like I don't know if it was a Mormon wife thing, because I don't remember it specifically being about Mormons. But I remember on Mum Talk in America, there was this massive thing that went on, and it was probably that.
And then they all like disbanded after that, and then this reality show's like brought them back. But apart from, none of the ones from the swinging scandal are actually in the show.
Oh, okay.
Other than the main girl Taylor, and then it's like they've all come back in, and it's like the first episode's insane because like in the first episode it's like there's like a miscarriage, an arrest with body cam footage. There's like talking about nudes, talking about cheating scandals. Like,
how old are they? They're young.
All in their 20s.
Oh, okay.
I think the youngest is like 22 and the oldest is like 29, 30.
Okay.
But then it's like it all like progresses into like, oh, these people aren't Mormon enough, because like Mormons have obviously like crazy rules, like they're not supposed to drink, and they're not supposed to have coffee, and they're not supposed to like do all this stuff, but like some of them do, and it's like all the drama about. And then there's like this main character, Whitney, she's like the villain, and everyone hates her, but like she's kind of camp. Like she's like just so ridiculous. Like I kind of love her. And then they all like, she was the queen bee to begin with, and then they're all like migrate over to another queen bee. And it's like really like funny to watch because the personalities are just so ridiculous. And I feel like series 2 is going to be really good. So you should watch it before. Also, the new series of Heartstopper came out, but I haven't watched it yet.
Is that the gay one?
Yeah. I need to watch it still, but I haven't watched it. There's been loads of TV recently.
Yeah, but like this is a time where like people are cozying up, people are getting inside, and the good movies are out. I do want to watch Blink Twice. Have you watched it?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It was shot beautifully, and I think I rated it a 3 out of 5.
Really?
There was just a lot of like, not plot holes, but like come ons. And I feel like people kind of like, I guess like it depends what kind of like film you like. Like for I don't want to spoil it actually. Like to explain what I didn't like about it would be spoiling the movie. So I don't want to say why I didn't like it. But it was just a lot of like, it's very easy to gloss over that and pretend like those things didn't happen. But I don't know what it is about me. Like when I watch a film, like it's the same issue that I had with like Saltburn. Like I need everything to make sense and be actually able to like work in the real world. Like I can't get in the movie headspace of like something happens in the film, and it's just like I was just like, yeah, but like if this happened in real life, like this would have happened, and this would have happened, and this would have happened.
You're literally like my friend Molly, and it's like, can you just like
no, we came out to cinema, everyone was like, the film was so good. I was like, really? And they were like, yeah, no, that was so good. I was like, what? I was like, I thought it was so dumb. Like, if that happened then this would have actually happened in real life. And then if, like, she actually did that, then would she not have done this? And they were all like, great, now I hate the film. And I was like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm just a realist. No, like, that's literally, like, I have to... It's the same way, like, I felt about, like, so many films. I'm just like... But unless it's, like... I don't know, like there was just like something about it was shot so beautifully though. It's like a gorgeous film. Obviously,
sorry,
she's not in it.
No, I thought you were gonna say her director.
Oh no.
Channing Tatum?
Yeah, Tatum, gorgeous man. And I loved the main girl. She's called Naomi Aki, I want to say. She was in. I think she played Whitney in the Whitney biopic.
Oh, okay.
But she's so good. Like the acting and the beautiful shots and everything, and it's really like let me tell you, do not watch it. I watched it on a Sunday evening and we all came up being like, oh my god, that made our Sunday scary so much worse, because it's all about like, obviously as you probably know, like doing drugs and like being like like out of your body and like confused and like it's pretty graphic and intense, and it's definitely
Oh shit!
needing
So
like
I'm not gonna be watching.
big trigger warning for like a lot of things with like sexual like assault and like violence and all that kind of stuff. And none of us watched the trailer or read the like the blurb before we went in, and we all came out like whoa. And then like everyone was like, I don't want to go home on my own, because it was like 11 p.m. on a Sunday night. But I would say watch it. I watched Kneecap. Did I say that already? I did a solo trip to the cinema on Sunday night to watch Kneecap. I preferred Kneecap. It was a little too straight man for me.
What's it about?
So it's about like this Irish band. They're like an Irish rap band, and they're like a real band. It's like a real story. And I didn't realize until the end of the film. You can call me dumb, but I didn't really know the band before. The actual people in the band played the characters. I didn't realize until they started playing like home footage at the end, and I was like, wait what?
So similar.
And then I like checked my phone, and I was like, oh, it's the people. Like the real people are playing the people. And it's basically about like how, you know, how it's all about like this like rap band, rap in Irish.
Okay.
And it's like they're trying to like normalize it kind of vibe. And it's like, it's good. Yeah.
Interesting.
And I'm going to watch this weekend The Substance.
What's that?
It's the one that everyone's talking about right now with Demi Moore, and it's like you take the substance, and it's apparently supposed to be like really, really good but really graphic. And the substance changes something about you. I don't like reading too much about blurbs when I go to films if you can't tell. The same, like, I didn't know what the Blink Twice was going to be. I didn't know Kneecap were the real people. Like,
no, I remember, what film did I go and watch? It was the one with Timothy Chalamet. And like, the first like couple seconds is like her biting off someone's fucking finger, and everyone was like,
what was that? It was called like I know what you mean. I know the film you're talking about. Yeah,
that was a fuck film. I didn't read the blurb or anything, but to be fair, me and my mum read the blurb afterwards, and because I was like, surely not everyone in this like cinema right now hasn't read the blurb, because we all like throughout the whole film, everyone was like, and I was like, surely like none of us has like read the blurb, and then we read the blurb and like it didn't say fucking all like shit about what was going on.
Do you want to see Blink Twice because of all the Beyonce conspiracy stuff that's on TikTok right now?
No, but did you see someone at us, the podcast, in the Tupac?
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, wait, no, I didn't. And everyone's being like she, like the, who sings the song? She knows.
Oh, yeah, she knows.
And everyone's going, it's she knows.
Oh my God.
Like, oh my God. And like, people are like being like, because her Instagram comments are flooded. And people are being like, oh my God, she's over. This is the hate train. I was like, you people are obviously too fucking young, because you were not there for the early 2010s Illuminati when they started playing her songs backwards. And it was like, if you play Single Ladies backwards, you can hear Hail Satan, Hail Satan.
No, literally.
I remember using to watch those videos, and like in the performances, she would always cover one eye, and it would be like these YouTube videos.
But why does she do this though?
I don't know, gets people talking.
It's true.
I'm just like...
Because I was watching something with like why Little Mama got cancelled, and like Beyonce goes like this, like after Jay-Z and Alicia Keys finished performing.
I mean, we just did a whole video on conspiracy theories, so I can't throw stones in glass houses. But I'm just like, you this is not, you aren't cancelling Beyonce.
No, you can't cancel Beyonce. Like, be fucking for real.
Well, anyway, should we get on to this week's pop topics?
Yeah.
The Love Island winners have already broken up. This must be the fastest ever.
Yeah.
This was faster than Sammy and Jess. Because this is literally, it was a month and a half.
Wait, it's only been a month and a half? That's fucking ridiculous. But I don't understand. Because when everyone was saying it's not going to last, everyone was being a fucking hater.
Yes, we were saying it. And the fact that like 24 hours before they became exclusive, she was on that terrace on her hands and knees, like trying to speak to Io. And I don't think it's Mimi's. I don't think either of them liked each other, and it was just out of convenience that they were together.
Enough at all, but I don't understand why. Like, I don't think that they even predicted that they would be winners, because it never made sense.
And I don't even care that like they won, because good for Mimi, I guess. And like, what actually is a Love Island winner? Like,
I know, because
it's not like an accolade, which
it's
like you
not.
take.
But like, I feel like the whole thing of winning Love Island is just slowly deteriorating, because like the winners of Love Island don't win.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's why everyone was just like, oh, like, what even is it? Well, yeah, it's nothing because the people that are winning are breaking up a month later. Always. Because people just want to win for the... People vote for the people that, like...
They like.
Yeah, that they just think are cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was going to last, if I'm being completely honest.
I want to see people win. If they're people are going to win when it's like that, I want to see them win. And then when they break up, I want to see a madness come out of the breakup.
I also just don't think from watching the show they seemed that compatible. Like, Mimii was so chill and like low-key, and Josh seemed a lot more like hepped up and like they just didn't match.
Yeah, but like, what happened to like the breakup, like when people break up, you know, like I want to see like mad brand deals and shit like that. I just feel like there's not enough creativity coming out of breakups anymore.
Yeah, like it's boring.
Like for example, Tommy and Molly May, perfect timing because maybe.
Yeah, or like even like back in the day when like Britney would go out and like when she broke up with Justin Timberlake, she went out in like a t-shirt like which said "dump him."
Yeah.
Like well, speaking of, if you there's a TikTok that's going viral right now of Mimii where she just went to a red carpet and she was like literally in sweatpants.
Maybe that's her. Like,
but I was like, why wouldn't you like? You should have done like a dump him t-shirt to the red carpet, like especially because it was like a Mean Girls premiere. Like it kind of goes with the theme and everything. Like,
but maybe it's just showing, like she's like sad and stuff.
But like, we should be city girls. Like we should be sad in private. Like,
yeah, no, I know, but that's my point though. Like it needs to be city girls up. Like I want to see brand deals coming out of this.
Did you see what? First of all, the fact that Uma and Will are still together is insane. Mm-hmm. But he posted on his Snapchat, someone like sent in like a question being like, oh, what do you think about Mimii and Josh breaking up? And Will put on his Snapchat, he replied saying like, I guess Uma and Will are the real winners then. And then everybody was like, huh? And then like an hour later, he like made a video being like, Uma's not speaking to me because of that Snapchat. Like, really? I'm really sorry for saying that. Like, but these Love Islanders seem quite messy. These series.
It's just giving like that they don't give a fuck.
Like and also like, did you see like Mitch?
Oh yeah.
Posted something like the real winners. Like shut the fuck up.
He's so annoying.
You're so annoying.
So annoying.
But yeah, I mean, poor Mimii and Josh. So I guess I went just with
the real winners.
Oh no, also Nicole and Kieran are still together.
Oh yeah. No, they should have won, Nicole and Kieran.
I think I voted for Nicole and Kieran, if I'm being honest. But
I would have voted for Nicole and Kieran.
I can't really properly remember because it was so long ago. That series was actually such a flop. Like, where are they all?
I don't know. I want to see them do good, though. I want good things for Mimii. I want good things for Jess, Uma, you know? But I'm not seeing anything else. Like, what's going on with Uma? Is she getting this fucking brand deal? Like, is she going to be modelling for, like, a supermodel or what? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's so many loose ends right now. There's a lot of loose ends.
I just feel like it's like
and no one's putting in the work. No one's putting in the graft.
But also when like previous girls are doing it so well, like India and Chloe and like Ella, Whitney, like it's kind of like when you're still like, because someone like, if you think back to like when like Molly May and like Maura and Amber were doing it, then they've kind of like stepped back from that. Whereas like India, Chloe, and all them, they're still doing so much and at the forefront of everything. So like, it doesn't really leave space for new people to come up.
Yeah, but like, still, you got to start somewhere. You don't have to be like up there.
Yeah, true. I kind of feel like Chloe Burrows didn't get big until like 2 years after her series.
No, literally, she's she's. I'm not seeing them anywhere, anyways.
But she is so good at what she does. Oh my god, have you seen the Charli XX remix album?
Yeah, I actually saw. There's something like she's like everywhere at the moment. Is it?
So. The Brat remix album comes out next week, and every track is going to be a remix. Obviously, we've
featuring someone.
Yeah, I've had a few of them already. But billboards / posters are like popping up in people's like hometown / where they live. So like there was a Tinashe one in California. There was I think it was Bon Iver one in Wisconsin. Blade and Young Lean were in like Sweden or something. I can't remember. But how do you say it? I never know. It's like Boca Rouge in, I think, Florida. One's just gone up last night. Oh, there's a Shy Girl one in London and a 1975 one. But one is just gone up in Boca Rouge, Ariana Grande.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
that'll be cute.
That's pretty impressive. So Ariana and Billy obviously is already on it. Addison.
Wait, how do I see them?
You know Diet Pepsi is on global Spotify number like 20. Like, it's the 20th.
Wow,
20
really?
most daily streams
That doesn't
on
surprise
Spotify
me though.
in the world.
It's such a banger. When you're driving your car,
Like, that is insane.
that's such a banger.
To me. It's number 20.
But she's doing her fucking thing though.
Yeah.
From when she was pushing girls out of the way to do a TikTok dance, I knew she was gonna make it. That's some hard work and dedication, and that is so your brain has to be clocked a certain way to be able to do shit like that.
Yeah, she's morphed through that industry.
Yeah, because she does not give two shits.
And who, I mean, we know, like, having people like Charli and Mel Ottenberg on your camp, like, obviously has managed to rebrand her into a very strong thing. But I think she's just good. Like, she gets it. And it's like, it's very reminiscent of like old pop stars where it's like a little bit of an act almost. Like, because of like the rise of like the everyday celebrity with influencers and stuff, I feel like all modern day pop stars feel like they have to be like super relatable and like all that kind of like thing, and like really down to earth and like normal person. Like, that I'm just like you. Whereas like Addison, if you still watch her interviews, like she kind of does like that like act thing that like Lady Gaga used to do in the start of her career, where it's like people ask a question, she's like, oh, thanks.
Yeah,
that's not how you normally speak, but like
Yeah.
I appreciate the campness and theatrics of it all. But yeah, I'm excited for the remix album.
Next pop topic is Kylie Jenner walking the Capernaum in Disneyland. Do you know what? Yesterday, I was like, I am actually obsessed with Kylie Jenner.
Yeah,
Like,
she's
I am.
by she is by far the best
I would
sister.
I would say
I
no.
prefer her to Kim.
But I would say, like, in terms of being obsessed with, like, celebrities and wanting to know what's going on, I would say I'm probably more obsessed with Kylie Jenner because I feel like I grew up with her.
Yeah, no, same. I
Do you
like
know what I
Kylie the
mean?
best because I feel like it's like an age thing.
Yeah.
Like, Kim's like a bit
But I don't
like
even
auntie.
mean with the Kardashians.
Oh, like everyone.
Just like in general.
And who is...
If I was to say I'm obsessed with a celebrity, it would probably, if I'm to be obsessed with anyone, it would probably be Kylie.
I don't know who mine would be. I guess maybe like Rihanna.
Because like, I'm actually interested in like
Her personal life.
her personal life.
Yeah, they've got to tick every box. They've got to like be interested in the personal life, also interested like in terms of like relationships, kids, like that kind of thing. But then you've also got to be interested in like their style and like what they wear. But then you also got to be interested in like their, like, I guess Kylie's craft is like business. Like you need to like be involved in like
But
all
it's
different
just,
areas.
Yeah, I guess like for her, like obviously it's slow. I don't really know what she does, and that is what like I like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She doesn't like. I don't know. My brain's working really slowly today.
But her walk was good.
Her walk was fucking amazing.
Obviously, she had like a huge gown on, which helps. In terms of like,
But it just suited her
yeah,
so much.
she looked good. She looked natural.
Her like she just looks so like nice and just perfect. You know, like the way her
Yeah.
boobs and everything just sat so well, and then like the way that it floated at the back was beautiful.
I wasn't crazy about the show in Disneyland, but
Really?
I just thought it was a bit like, I don't know, something about it I didn't like. But I guess some of the pieces were in collaboration with Disney. Like, I think they had a Capernaum hoodie which had the Maleficent villains like ears, because I have a Capernaum hoodie on, it's like devil horns on the hood, and instead of the devil horns it was like so like some of
Wait,
the,
you got that hoodie? Really? Oh my god, I love that hoodie.
I actually don't know where it is. I feel like someone might have stolen it.
Get
Someone
that
being
back.
like Tom. But there was a lot of celebrities walking in Paris. We had, and he looked like a natural Romeo Beckham in the Balenciaga
Oh my
show.
god, yeah. I was like, why has he not quit football sooner?
He looked so like such like a natural model.
But he like his modeling career should have started like years ago.
Yeah, he could have.
He's absolutely stunning.
He definitely could have been in like the same lane as like in his like Amelia Gray bag. Like, it's like, yeah, you're a Nepo baby, but like people are taking you serious. It's not like a Kendall Jenner where it's like people like ridicule you. It's like you're a Nepo baby, but like you're like kind of.
I need to remind myself.
Because you need to like not be a certain level of famous, because like Kendall Jenner is just too famous to be taken seriously as a runway model, because you are a celebrity before you're a model. Whereas I feel like Amelia Gray can fall into that category of like, some people know who she is, but a lot of people would have no idea that she's like Lisa Rinna's daughter. Did you see there was a Nepo baby walking in the Mimii show? I think it might have been like, it was Nicole Kidman's daughter.
Oh yeah, let me see.
It was so bad. She's 16, bless her heart.
I know, but it's not my fault.
Actually, no, let me not give her credit. At 16, that Kaya Gerber walk where she came out the bus. Oh
I haven't
my
seen that.
God. It's like literally one of my favorite.
Yeah, but it's not by force. Your child does not have to model. Like, it's not by force. And she looks like a 16-year-old as well.
I feel like Kaya Gerber also falls into the Amelia Gray territory of like, you're famous enough to get these jobs, but your fame's not going to eclipse your modeling job. Like Kaya Gerber I don't look at Kaya Gerber and think Nepo baby. I look at her and think, oh, she's a model turned
Yeah, that's
actress.
what I thought. And then I was like, oh, like your mum's, what's her mum called?
Yeah, that's what people say. People are like, oh, we have no problem with Nepo babies, but we shouldn't know you're a Nepo baby. Because if we know you're a Nepo baby, it's because you're doing a bad job at it. So I've had to Google who you are.
Literally.
But Demi Lovato just passed a law, which I think is so good. Obviously, she's just done a new documentary about being a child star.
Yeah.
And she has like Raven Simone on it, Jojo Siwa. And she's just passed a legislation in the States for laws to protect children whose parents put them on social media.
Oh, very good.
Because there was nothing there before. And obviously it's like a modern day version of like, because like back in the day, like children could only work a certain amount of hours. They could only be on camera a certain amount of hours. Like they had to have this amount. Whereas there's no law protecting children and the amount of filming like a parent will make them do for like their own personal like channels. So I think she's just passed the legislation to have laws in place and restrictions. Which good for her.
Yeah, good for you.
I really like Demi Lovato. Anyway, our main topic this week, if you couldn't tell by the board, is Married at First Sight.
Married
UK.
at First Sight UK.
We're all caught up. We're in the full swing of the series now. The weddings are, well, they've just started the weddings again.
I just haven't watched Thursday night's episode, but Lewis said that it was a bit boring.
Yeah, the only thing that was like of note was, you know, the guy with the eyebrow piercing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He met his mum. His mother-in-law, so Lacey's mum, and the Lacey's mum was so like being kind of rude. Like, so he's a vegetarian.
Okay.
And she brought chicken over for chicken fajitas.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, you're not gonna cook the chicken? And he was like, oh no, like I can't touch chicken. And she was like, why? And he was like, oh, like I'm vegetarian, like I don't know. And she's like, so you're gonna make your mother-in-law cook chicken? And he was like, yeah. And she's like, right, so what are you gonna do? And it's like, you've brought chicken to a vegetarian, like what do you expect? And then like they sat down and she was like, are you not gonna eat anything? And he was like, oh no, like it's chicken.
Yeah.
Like, and the chicken's been in the pot with all the vegetables and stuff, like I'm not gonna eat it. And she was like, so you're just gonna sit there and not eat anything? It's like, he's vegetarian.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Like, you're just choosing problems.
Yeah.
Like, but then he made a really bad joke at the end. Like it all was kind of going well.
She started crying, innit?
Yeah, it was all kind of going well, and then there was leftovers, and she was like, "Oh, you obviously like I'm not gonna leave it here. Like you guys obviously aren't gonna eat it because he's vegetarian." And he was like, "Yeah, like you should like take it home with you." And then he was like, I can't remember what specifically, but he said something like, "It was shit anyway."
Oh, yeah.
And then she was just like, "Oh, why would you say that?" To do that, the whole episode I was on his side because I was like, the mum's being so unreasonable. But why would you say to a mother-in-law like that cooking was shit, even as a joke?
No,
Like,
you don't do that, especially when she's already being strange.
yeah, like what would possess you to say that? The men. Okay, should we start with Polly and Adam?
Polly and Adam. Can I now understand why Adam doesn't fancy Polly a little bit? Yeah, I can, because especially after Wednesday night's episode, she pissed me the fuck off. Don't ever talk to Charli like that. Who do you think you are? And you're not even gonna back your, like, she's just like doing, and you know what it is as well? I was thinking to myself, maybe the producers have told her to instigate, because producers do shit like that. But like, just like, if you're gonna instigate something, then carry it through. But you're not like, it just didn't seem like it was coming from a good and genuine place, and that really fucking tickled me.
Not to play devil's advocate, but oh, you haven't watched last night. So like basically in last night's episode. Oh no, you have watched the one where the commitment ceremony.
Yeah.
And I feel like she didn't realize like that Eve was lying and like.
Yeah, but that's fine though. But like, who are you to Eve? To be going to someone's girlfriend and doing all of that.
Friends.
Yeah, you're friends, but you're not like, it's not that, like, it's not your piece to be talking like that. You've known each other 2 weeks. I would feel the same. I'd react like Charli. If someone's gonna come to me after, fair enough if like someone came and it was like Eve's best friend, like childhood best friend, sister, brother, whatever. But you're also on the show. Your relationship is fucked, yeah. And your man don't fancy you, and you're coming to me and calling me a fucking bully. You joking? I'll show you what a fucking bully is.
No, I do. When I watched the episode, I was like, "What are you doing? You're just being
she's just
like
doing
a
too much. I don't
reason."
like. Yeah, I don't like that. And then Eve is just. Oh, we'll get onto that.
But then what I like, I feel like with the more like context behind it, like Polly is sat there and Eve is constantly coming to her being like, she's horrible to me. She's this, she's that, she's this, she's that. She says this to me. She makes me feel like this. She does that. And then, so Polly was sat there being like, oh, if they walk in hand and like she's taking it back, I feel like I need to like say something to be like, because this is just toxic.
Yeah, but you don't go up to someone without going and asking them like a normal person with a normal brain would do, and trying to, if you want to do well, if you want to help a situation, you find out the two sides and you see how you can join each other together. You don't cause further rift by going to that person and calling them a bully because one person's told you one side of the story. That's not how you resolve anything. That's only going to make everything a million times worse. And that's what pissed me off. And she knew that she'd done that. And I don't know, like, obviously it's the way that the camera's cut and shit like that. And it's just very like, oh, blasé, oh. But you're actually fucking with people's brains. Two very mentally unstable people.
Can I just say something that might be a bit controversial? I think they're setting him up. Like, they set him up on that question when they were like, if another man came into experiment that Polly wanted to get to know, what would you say? And he was like, well, if that's what she wanted, I would let him. And everyone was like, oh my God, you just set him up there. Because what is he supposed to answer? Like,
I know what you're saying, but at the same time, I do also think like that, if you wanted to make something work and you wanted to like really like, he's obviously, they set him up, because they knew that he was going to say that.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, because he knows, because he's been critiqued the whole time. So now he's like hyper aware. So they asked him that knowing that he'll overthink the question and go back on it so they could have more of a storyline. Do you know what I mean?
And that's why I agree. But then I think like they want to make it a teachable lesson because they want it to be like, okay, cool. Like what they should have done is been like, okay, cool. If you're going to answer it like that, that means that you're not 100%. We need to get you to a point where you want to fight. But because they were like pointing fingers, like you've literally just set up the guy.
And also it's just pushing him off even more because he's now like, okay, like I'm saying I'm not that into her and I'm getting into her. I'm telling her like, oh, I would want what's best for her and that's wrong. He's going to be
one
like,
or the other.
I mean, what is so dumb is that none of these people are ever going to work on the outside world. And if, as multiple of them have said, if they weren't in this experiment, they would not try. And Holly said it in the episode, like, it's been weeks. You're not going to grow an attraction at that point. At least a little bit of a spark or something would be there. I'm sorry, if I have to live with someone for weeks before I gain an attraction, that is not my life partner.
Absolutely
like,
not.
I'm sorry, it's not.
No.
And you can say, oh, personality-wise, you guys are compatible. You can just, okay, great. Yeah. But it's the same with the posh couple with Caspar and Emma. Like, why are you still fighting and pushing other than the reason to stay on television? Because you aren't attracted to people. You want to be attracted to your partner. That is a normal thing to ask for in a relationship.
Yeah.
And like, yes, both of them have not gone about it in the best way by saying like, oh, I usually like a slimmer person. Like that's fucking horrible to say. But you have every right to not be attracted to someone that someone set you up on a blind date. The same way if I got set up on a blind date and I would come back to my friends and be like, oh, I didn't actually fancy them.
And then they started listing out all the things to why you should be fancying this person. Yeah. I get how they can like carry it through to like their next relationship, but like, okay, it's done now.
Yeah, like I just think if after 2-3 weeks you still are, and not just like 2 or 3 weeks, like you've tried a few dates, like living with this person, spending 24 hours a day with them, you're still not feeling that. Why are you still here? Like you're only gonna hate and resent each other. Right? Well, as what's happening with Emma and Caspar, she's like, I wouldn't kiss him back if he kissed me now because I'm so like done and past the point.
And also like you just get like, can you just imagine like having to live with someone that doesn't fancy you?
You'd feel like gross about yourself.
Actually, to be fair, they're not living together.
They've just moved back in the last episode, because they said if you stay in the experiment, you have to move back in because like
they're not doing it.
It's not friend. Like this isn't married at first friend. Like. Sorry, friend at first sight. But yeah, that's all I got to say about him. I do think that like some of the stuff he says is a bit question mark. As in like my type is usually petite and brunette. Like shut up.
Like undo that, all of that.
But in terms of like the grander scheme of like toxicity on the show and bad behavior, I do think the show slightly sets him up for a bit of a storyline, and I don't think he's as villainous as people make out.
Yeah, I think it's like he's just very like in a box sort of guy. He's from wherever the hell he's from, which is like not the most like, he's probably like the hottest guy like in his little town. Yeah. 100%. So like it's just unteaching him those things. Like this is the real world now. Like other people do exist and all of that stuff. So
on the next toxicity level, so like we started with Adam. One step down is Caspar. Caspar is the posh guy who is with Emma.
No, he's next step up to get into more toxic.
Okay, getting more toxic. Yeah, next step up is Caspar. He's the posh guy who's with the posh girl, Emma, who seems so sweet, bless her. But basically, they're not working because he said that he reminds he doesn't find her physically attractive because he doesn't usually date, and I quote, bigger girls. That's not me saying that, that's what he said. And he also doesn't find her attractive because he reminds her too much of, she reminds him too much of his sister.
That is a fair.
Yes,
that's fair. Do you know what I mean? That is
You're
so
allowed
fair.
to say that.
You're allowed to say that.
And they do resemble similar if you watch the first episode.
And I do get that, and I do see how he would be icked out by that, because how the fuck are you gonna move past, but then get out of the show?
Yeah, then just leave.
Why
Why are these people still there?
No, because how are you ever gonna undo that?
Yeah,
the fault
I'm sorry.
of your
If from the
sister.
jump, you're like, you remind me from your sister.
It's done.
Not even that. Like, you've now said that on television to millions of people.
And then you're gonna go and like fancy that girl and go
you've
have
just
sex.
written it off. You can't. You can't say on national
Because I
television.
think you're weird if you have sex with her. Do you get it?
You can't say on national television, she reminds me of my sister, and then go and have sex with her. Like, you've set yourself up from jump. Like, you have to leave the show instantly. Why are you there?
So you've been on a honeymoon with your sister now. Okay.
But in terms of like him being toxic, it's just like, do you know what? Like, everyone is entitled to find people attractive to their own, and this could be like reality TV, like producers, which we don't see, like pushing them to like say specific things, but like it's not mandatory to tell the person why you don't find them physically attractive.
No.
You can just leave it as, oh, like I'm not physically attracted to you. You don't have to sit there and go, oh, I don't usually date bigger girls.
Yeah,
Like, no.
that's the thing, and she didn't even ask about that. That's what I was saying, because I was watching it with my friend, and he was like, yeah, well, he's allowed to say why he's not, and I was like, yeah, you're allowed to, but like she didn't say, okay, what part of me do you not find attractive?
And this is what I mean, that unless there's like reality TV producers behind the scenes where he's sat on an interview and gone, I don't find her attractive, and they're like, well, why don't you find her attractive? And then he says that, and they cut out the first bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because that is
Like,
a dirty little setup.
Like, you can give him a little bit of grace for that. Not grace, but like maybe like there's like a blurred line. But I still even think, like, even if they pushed me to be like, why don't you find it?
Say, for example, there was something that could be like, for me, that could be like controversial. No matter what it is, like, if
You
I
just
hadn't-
keep it secret.
I just wouldn't. I don't have the heart to say, because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, it honestly doesn't matter. Like, all it's gonna do is make things so much worse.
And I feel like you can watch in the I feel like the quote unquote experts, because please, like, what I'd love to know the 3 experts' dating history, because what makes you an expert? And
Yeah,
dating?
no, I did actually want to research like about, but to be fair, and the black lady is a sex, that her speciality is sex.
Right. Okay.
And then the other 2, I'm not too sure.
But because to me, they're not forcing, obviously they have free will to leave, but they're like pushing them to stay in this experiment, because they're like, oh, something might happen, you might discover it, like, you are compatible, you just need to find it, is so detrimental to these people. Like, you can tell every like week, like, Emma is like more and more like, oh, I hate this, but like they're like forcing them to stay, being like, you can do it, like, come on, you've got this. Like, let them go and just put 2 new people in. Like, they don't like each other. They are nothing more than friends. They don't need to be here.
That's what it needs to be, literally. But yeah, Caspar, I just think Caspar's like, I did like the episode with him where like they were talking about his insecurities and stuff, because obviously like when he did want to talk about weight, everyone was a bit like, this is an interesting, thing to be saying when you're not ripped.
Yeah.
Do you know
or
what I
like
mean?
the typical beauty standard in terms of body physique.
Exactly. So yeah, everyone was a bit confused, and then when they broke it down, and he is also like insecure and stuff like that, that was nice to see. But bye.
I just don't. I mean, it is. If at the end of the day, you need to remember it's a TV show. This isn't real. Well, I mean, it is these people's real life, but it's not the producers' real. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I just think it's all like very like sloppy stuff where like,
I think this series is really sloppy.
yeah, and it's just like very much like not it. As we were just literally saying, because they're trying to force things upon people, it's making people retract even more, and we'll get onto this one over in a sec. Like, it's just doing worse.
Well, should we take a step up to Eve and Charli?
Yeah, let's go, Eve and Charli.
The first couple to bow out of the experiment.
Spoiler.
They are the same-sex couple of the series.
If you were to say you were to relate to one person more, who would it be?
On the entire series?
No, like, of these 2.
What do you mean by relate?
Like, just to how they are, because they're both, like, polar opposites.
I don't know.
Like, in a relationship.
I feel like it's one of those things where you can't tell yourself. It's like someone would have to tell you. Because everybody would just say Charli. Who is saying they relate to Eve?
It's actually true.
Like Eve wouldn't say she would relate to Eve. It's one of those things where you're so not aware of what you're doing. Like you're spinning these webs of lies and believing them yourself. That made it almost sound like I do that.
Yeah,
but what I mean is like Eve's personality and the type of person she is someone who is like she needs to go to therapy to be untaught what she's actually doing to people, because she has no idea. She just believes everything she says in terms of like she just has a constant victim complex, and like it's one of those things where like that I know so many people like that, and the only way to fix it is being someone sitting you down and telling you that these things. I mean, maybe it's good that she's gone on TV.
Please,
and
I
done
really
this.
hope she gets some hardcore fucking therapy.
Yeah,
both of them.
Yeah, because right. So long story short, what has happened was they went on their honeymoon, and Eve thought that Charli was coming on a bit strong, so she wanted some distance, and then Charli was just like, this isn't a honeymoon. I sit on my own every day. And then Eve would run off at the end of every conflict. She would run off. Like, as Isla said last episode, physically run off. And then Charli joked that, no, I think Charli did throw her ring, and said it was over. Eve has then held that against that one action against Charli.
Was it that she's holding against? Because I'm just like, I can't even think of what it would have been.
She said that she called her names on the honeymoon and threw her ring away. That's what she kept bringing up in the conversation. She kept being like, yeah, but Charli, you threw the ring you threw your ring away and was calling me nasty names on the honeymoon.
That's too bad, you know.
She kept bringing it up. And then what made it so bad to me was they had to write letters of like what they loved about each other.
Bad.
And she sat there, let Charli like say all the things that she loved about her. And
like things to do with like her family, her like dad, and like the reasons why she acts the way she does. And like it gave us a real insight, I think, as viewers to like, I was like, oh, okay, right. As much as like they're bad, like I was like, okay, it makes so much more sense to why Charli is the way that she is, because obviously feeling rejected, and that's why she's so much more like you know, pounce. But obviously it's like highlighted 10 times 10 because you've got someone that's like constantly running away. But yeah, she's done all of this.
She sat there like smiling, like listening to like her, and then it got to her turn and she was like, oh, I actually didn't write anything.
That's so fucked up. Like, I would honestly be like broken. I couldn't tell if Charli was laughing or crying in that part as well. It's been bugging me a lot.
I think she was crying, just based off like, not in a judgmental way, but like every other conflict she cried. So I'm assuming like, and then it came to blows at the final dinner party that they were in, where Polly said that Charli was a bully, and Charli reacted like so well, because she was like, right, okay, I don't want to have this conversation because I'm now being painted as a bully on national television, and I have no context of what's going on here. Like, Charli had no idea that Eve was going to... Charli had no idea Eve even felt this way. Never mind was going to these people. Because then Eve said, you've emotionally abused me. And I was like, whoa! Unless we are seeing things which they're not showing us, which I don't think we are, because the experts didn't call anything out, then that was an insane accusation to throw out on television. And I'm not saying that like she has every right to feel the way that she does, but
that's a fact. Like, it's either true or fact.
Yeah, like to use the word emotional abuse is like a extreme. Like, you need to be pretty
100%
on what you're on what's gone on there to throw that out on TV. That's a crazy accusation. So it's not just being like she's horrible.
Yeah.
She's even like the word bully was better than that. Like, I was like, I get why Charli was like, I literally cannot be on TV right now, because like,
I felt so sorry. I actually wanted to cry for her then, because like to be painted out, especially like to the other girls and stuff like that, as like this like horrible person, when all she's done is try to like make amends, and she's the only one that's actually owned up to like how she's been feeling and the things that she's done wrong, and then to be pointed out, because you know with Charli as well, like I get her a lot, because she's very like when she's passionate about something, like she wants to like talk, and when you want to imagine like wanting to talk about something constantly but being constantly shut down, so then it makes you more frustrated, you're bottling things up even more, and then like and then when you're being bottled up, you're being gaslit into like acting a certain or like being quite passionate about situations because someone's constantly shutting you down, and then for that passion to be misconstrued as like bullying is like madness.
100%. But they're out the process now, thank God.
Yeah.
They needed to leave.
And also it got to the point where like even the experts were on the couch and they were saying that Eve was like lying and shit.
I didn't think the experts went in hard enough on her.
No, not at all. It's considering like Eve literally put her. So basically, one of the another issues that they had was after that dinner party. They obviously have like their interviews and stuff like that, like during the dinner party, after blah 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 blah. And Charli was having her interview, and then Eve was like at the door, like listening, which was really fucked. And then when they brought it up, yeah, I feel like they should have gone in harder. With Eve, but they didn't.
Because I thought, based on the previews, that they were going to kick them off. Like, they were going to say
that's
this.
What I thought as
but
well.
they actually didn't. They were just like, you lied.
Yeah.
Anyway, what do you guys want to do?
Yeah. I thought, yeah, they were going to be like, you lied. Like, this is like it.
Like this is breaking the rules as part of like a fundamental part of the process.
Okay, if we both got that.
Yeah, they set it up for you to think that. But no, I mean, the top level of toxicity for me comes with Alex and Holly.
God.
That man is terrifying, and he should. I think it's irresponsible for him to be on TV. Like I don't mean that lightly. Like I don't think that he should be on TV.
That stare that he does, is not okay.
The human reactions, well, like the reactions what I meant was the reactions he has to normal, not that deep situations are not normal. Like the fact that she came in and she said that, she asked him to like, what was it, like pick something up and close the drawer
and do all of that,
and he said, don't speak to me like a dog, and stormed out. And then she ended up apologizing to him, saying, I'm sorry, like I think I'm just used to how I speak to my children. Like no. Like in a relationship, it's normal for you to be like, oh, can you like shut that door and bring me that? That's not. I think he just expects, like, he thinks he's the shit, and like he expects everyone to like, because I bet you he speaks to her like that a lot, like being like, oh, can you pick that up? Like,
do that, do this.
It's a very, he just gives such like toxic alpha male energy.
And it's so scary as well, because like this girl that he's with is very obviously insecure, because you know, she's like, he's the only guy that like makes me feel beautiful even from when I wake up in the morning, blah 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 blah. And it's like, that is like the bottom line, that's like what they're supposed to be doing. And it's even more fucked that he can get to such an extreme where he literally looked like on the honeymoon that he was gonna bang her in the face, like, and it's like as if he like clocked that the shit, like there's cameras, like the way he steps, and like that's what she said. And I think that's one of the scariest things as well, is when you're in a relationship, you want to feel like, when you're a female in a relationship anyways, you want to feel like, you know, like you're protected by like a man sort of thing. And like if a man is talking to you like you're a boy, that is dangerous. Like that's very dangerous territory, because with a guy, I feel like, this is my mentality anyways, with guys and like other guys, you can be taken to that level, and like, if I don't know how to explain it, but like a guy should be like, the only person that should be able to bring extreme anger where you want to potentially hit someone should only really be another guy, if that makes sense. Yeah. But then when it's like a girl, especially your girlfriend or whatever, like to get to a point where like you think that your boyfriend is talking to you like a guy, like in my head, it's basically meaning like you're trying to step to a girl. Does that? I hope I'm explaining that correctly. No, because like that's just dangerous territory, because your guy should never be treating you like you're one of his boys. Yeah. Maybe it's jokes and stuff, like banter and things like that. But when it comes to like you feeling like threatened, like that's not okay. And that's what he gives off. And that's what he's been accused from in the past. It does not shock me, because his like that stare that he does, and I'm happy she brought that up, because I thought I was the only one. And like he sits there like this, and it pissed me off, and he sits there like this. Like,
it's an intimidation tactic.
But yeah, he does this, and then he will like, if she does something, then he will stare at her, and it's like to like belittle her and like tell her to like.
But the whole like her being like, oh, he makes you feel beautiful and stuff, it's like all part of like the manipulation process of like, exactly. I'm gonna make you feel really beautiful and all the stuff that no one else does, so you think I'm like the only one who does that for you. But then I'm also gonna be like to tell you like not to speak to me like that, and not do this, and stare at you like that, just so you know your place, so like I can have you in my hand. And it's like that's why people like that. I think it's so irresponsible for a show which is like titled as like we're experts who like want to find people like love, to display the 4 different like things that we just spoke about on national television, and then encourage these people to stay in the process and keep working on it.
That's the thing.
I think it is so dangerous to put out on television.
Well, that's what I was saying like last week, because last week it was only still the first week, to be honest, and like I feel like this week is like really like, it's the putting it on TV, which is what I was saying last week, and then obviously we were like, okay, cool, no, it makes sense, because they're also showing like the other side. But then it's like when you're forcing people to stay in a relationship and you're forcing girls, like I think his wife, for example, is like someone that is like
Holly.
who is at risk of like falling for a guy and being in a toxic relationship. You're forcing people like that. They're not forcing them to stay together because they definitely want to stay together, but like other people to just be like degrading and all of that. That's where it just gets too much.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's
and
weird.
like you've sat and like gone through like thousands of people who have applied and specifically matched up someone who has got real self insecurity and has been cheated on and has low self value, and you've purposely matched her up with someone who is like very alpha male and like shows these signs of like toxic behavior, knowing that it's going to be a storyline. Like, do you know what I mean? They've not sat there and matched them up because they think they're compatible. They've sat there and matched them up because they know that like she's going to play into what he is because of the way that she is, and she's not like a strong. Not saying she's not strong, but like she's not aware. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. Because they literally using their knowledge of relationships to do the absolute worst.
to create storylines on TV. Yeah,
which is
it's actually such a toxic show. Like
Yeah.
it's messed up. Well, actually, I never thought it was. I just think this series, like none of these couples seem like even the like the the guy who put the fake teeth in. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
And like his wife, like there's something about them that just seems so fake to me. Like
I think I like them.
I
think that they're good, but I will say that like even with her, like it's very like glossed over. Like the only thing that's like shown is how much like they're okay about it all. But if you, as a woman that is on like obviously like has a period and all of that stuff and knows like how emotional you can get, and this girl, and she has like the most severe type of that. She is literally has a condition, I can't remember what it's called, but it means that she like will feel so down and like so like her emotions will be fucking everywhere. But to be like glossed over and it's like, yeah, like we're like this and that, and like, yeah, well, at least you support me, and like all of, I just don't know, something like really is just not sitting well with me about that, because I just think like, I hope that they're giving them the support that they need, because I can't imagine that being easy at all, but they're making them to be the couple that's just very like, they have a small money issue, but we're getting over it. I doubt it's that minor.
yeah.
But still not trying to instigate, because it might actually be okay with them. And yeah, that's it. That's our roundup,
Yeah.
really. I hope. And also Polly telling everyone to shut up at that dinner table was mad. But there's a new couple coming.
There's 3 new couples.
Oh, what are they in yesterday's episode?
The first one got married on Thursday, and then the next one's getting married Monday, and then the final one
Okay.
Tuesday. But it's like half the episode is the current couples, and then the other half is the wedding.
Okay, cool. Because yeah, I did see that. The only thing that I saw was me and Mono were watching it together. We were like, wow, because like she's pretty, but like the guy's like really hot as well. And then when he was doing all that baby stuff,
he's quite icky.
Yeah,
but they by the end of the episode, they're like, no, actually, this could work. Like
Thanks
she
for
gets
spoiling
over it. She gets over the ick.
oh, okay.
But she had an issue with it because she was like, oh, he's like a nightclub promoter.
Is he?
Yeah, he's like a nightclub promoter / topless butler. And she was like, I don't know if I can do that.
No, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. And Italian and like doing all that baby stuff.
Should we do what's poppin'?
Yeah.
I mean, I said my show, Secret Life of Mormon Wives. Shy Cartier's new song, Yo, is really good. Oh, and I found someone made a TikTok about this artist called Isaac Dunbar, and his song Take It Slow is really good. I like it.
Wait, is that the guy from Love Island?
No. Who's that from?
No, from Too Hot to Handle. Have you seen that song that everyone's going on about?
I don't think so. I don't think so. He doesn't look like. I think he's.
She said she loved me.
I don't.
That's like some Too Hot to Handle guy.
Oh no, he's not from Too Hot to Handle. Oh, and also Pharrell from BB Tricks and Caribou.
Cute.
Do you have anything?
Yeah, Monsters,
Oh yeah, Monsters.
I would say. And I really like Ken Carson, Overseas at the moment, that song. Very good.
Haven't had it. Anyway, the people want to find you. Where can they find you?
You can find me you can find me on Insta. You can find me on Instagram at Isla and TikTok. Wait, no, you can follow me on Instagram at Isla Loba and TikTok at Isla.
And you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Looking for Lewys. You can also find the Pop Off Podcast on Instagram and TikTok at Pop Off Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube or Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. And we'll see you next week for a new episode.
Ciao.
Bye.